Hello, Warrior fans. Thanks for joining me again for another edition of DUBS Playoff Watch. And yes, this is somewhat of a depressing day. As I mentioned yesterday, the Northern California Sacramento Kings, who we were all pulling for, not only for the Warriors trying to seal that eighth spot, if the Kings could pull off back-to-back wins against the Grizzlies, but for the Kings as well. So this, as a result of their loss, this is going to end up being the 15th straight year that they will not appear in the playoffs. So that is rather distressing. But I tell you what, they were missing some of their key players last night, and they came back from, I have to apologize. All I could do is watch the box score. I couldn't get the game on TV here, so, and I did. I stared at the box score, and what I recall is they were in the neighborhood of somewhere 10 or more behind. They had come back. They had taken the lead late into the fourth, but then the Grizzlies went on a 12-0 run to pull off the victory against the Kings. They ended up, I'm so distressed, man, by 4 or 6 points. I think it was 6-point victory, whatever the heck it was. So, it didn't help the Warriors, and obviously, certainly didn't help the Kings. So the Kings are officially out. The Grizzlies and the Spurs hang on to their spot. The Spurs will hold that 10th spot. So the Grizzlies and the Warriors right now are tied. That means tonight's game for the Grizzlies versus the Kings and the Warriors versus the Pelicans is virtually meaningless because it's all going to come down to their head-to-head matchup on Sunday. I'm already starting to get motivated by the shirt that many of you recognize. Yes, this says Warriors. And for those of you who are out at the Coliseum all of these recent years, you know what I'm talking about. And we definitely need to hear that on Sunday. Let's talk about tonight, though, real quick. So a number of players are going to rest as a result of it, really, the game being moot in terms of the positioning, because it's still going to come down. Win or lose, it's still going to come down to Sunday. So according to Coach Kerr, Steph is going to rest. Draymond is going to rest. Wiggins is going to rest. He mentioned that Damian Lee is working his way back. So I think he said maybe a partial workout or practice, what have you. Sounds like he may be ready for Sunday. Don't have that confirmed yet. However, to me, biggest news is that Eric Pascal, evidently had a full workout. Sounds like he may play tonight. So for us Warrior fans that truly appreciate the game of basketball and the full depth of the Warriors roster and lineup, it will be exciting to see Pascal back out and playing. And so anticipate, based on him reaching this point, that he is fully healthy now, which means that's going to be huge to be able to count on somebody like that strength and power to be able to help underneath, boxing out, boarding, and especially with his offensive skills at that position. So I'm hoping for the best there. And let's get inspired here real quick. Hang on one second. how motivating, inspiring is that? The emotions that brings out in me. I'm starting to have tears in my eyes. And you know what? They're making a lot of comparisons with this current team and their positioning. Now, whether the Warriors this year end up in the 8th spot or whether they happen to end up in the 9th spot, obviously it makes a difference in terms of takes 2 games. I mean, you just got to win once, and you got 2 chances to get into the playoff round, or you only get 1 shot at it if you end up 9th. Regardless, the Warriors' history says that they've had, some of you may argue this, but they've had 2 of the greatest, they've been responsible for 2 of the greatest upsets in NBA history. One was in 1975. 1975, the Al Attles, Rick Barry, Clifford Ray, you name it, Derek Dickey, Bill Smith, man, Dudley, all those guys responsible for sweeping the Washington Bullets in 4 games. By the 4th game, they didn't know how to stop Rick Barry. So you'll see coming up what they resorted to. This is fantastic stuff. Remember, this for many, many decades, this was thought of as the greatest NBA upset in history. Let's take a look back.
The home court advantage. Series move to the West Coast. Game 2, Tuesday night. Closing seconds. And Golden State leading by a point with a chance to win. Up goes Mike Reardon for the Bullets, in and out. Elvin Hayes yanks down a rebound. If he can put it in, the Bullets will still win. He cannot. George Johnson pulls down a rebound as clock runs out. And the Golden State Warriors have opened up a commanding 2-0 lead on the Bullets. Game 3, Friday night in the Cow Palace. Surely the Bullets will be able to win. No, they still cannot. Rick Barry has put together a series of 24, 36, and 38 points so far. But Rick Barry can do a lot more than just shoot the basketball, as he demonstrates right here with that over-the-head pass to Bill Smith. And the Warriors go up by 3. Coach Casey Jones can only sit along the Washington bench and wonder what has gone wrong.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, so game 4. This is what comes down to. They couldn't stop Barry. They couldn't stop the Warriors. Warriors kept coming back, and they figured, Mike Reardon figured, this was the only way to get into Barry's head. Let's try to get him into a fight. Let's get him ejected. Let's get him thrown out. This is what happens next.
Got it in anyway.
Washington looking much more aggressive here in the early going. They lead it by 4 points, and here is Clifford Ray. Sets a pick for Rick Barry. Barry looking for some shooting room. Reardon is on him. Now hold on. Attles has come out at Reardon. Coach Al Attles wants Reardon. Unsell's got Attles. He's pushing him back. Attles one on him. Reardon was all over Rick Barry. Attles is furious. Now Bill Bridges has a hold of Unsell. He's trying to push West back. Joe Roberts grabs Attles, yanks him back out of the way.
Well, let's tell you, this is a man's game. They're down 3-0. This way it's getting a little rough out there.
Coach Al Attles came right out after Reardon. Let's take a look at it. You'll see Reardon jump Rick Barry.
Yes, he will.
Here it is, Ray out high. Now Barry cuts. Now watch Barry slide the other way. Reardon will stick right with him. Comes up behind him to hold him up. And then Al Attles came out, and now Attles is out talking to pitching powers. Rick Barry standing in the way. Attles has had a technical called on him, at least one.
It looked to me like Reardon just grabbed Rick from behind, but I couldn't see the play very well.
No doubt about it. Reardon went right up over his left shoulder. You'll see it right here. Now watch Barry come back to the left. You see Reardon's got to come in behind him. Now watch what Mike does. He comes right up over him. He held him up.
you see Rick Barry's right hand, but it looked to me like Mike just grabbed him myself.
That brought Adels right off the bench toward Reardon, and Wesley Unseld steps in.
Yes, you are. What about Reardon? What about Reardon?
You can hear Joe Roberts say, what about Reardon, Richie?
Give me credit. And you're out of the bank. Yes, Powers on Reardon.
Richie Powers has kicked out Adels.
Well, that's very unfortunate.
That is going to hurt Golden State. Al Adels has done a tremendous job from the bench. This is a major blow for this
And
team.
look at Clifford Ray at the center court right now. He doesn't like it either. I'll tell you one thing. There was an obvious foul by Mike Reardon, and Adams is a super guy. He came to the defense of his player.
Roberts is pushing Butch Beard back. The Golden State Warriors look over on the sideline. But I will tell you something else. I have seen things like this ignite teams.
You know,
Even though Adels has done a great job, this team may come alive because of this.
I don't know. Again, Brett, they might go the other way because Adams has a great coach and assistant coach in Joe Roberts over there. But I say that's called team unity. When the coach goes on the floor and tries to defend his players like that, I think it's nice to see. A lot of coaches wouldn't do that.
Damn right, a lot of coaches wouldn't do that. But, you know, coaches, they've got their players' backs most of the time. But to see Adels come out, man, that's still vivid memory for me. See Reardon climbing on the back of Rick Barry. Those are all vivid memories for me when I was a little kid. So, by the way, that was the Big O who was doing the commentary as well. Oscar Robertson. That was awesome. So, as he stated, this ignited the Warriors. They ended up beating the Bullets in Game 4 and sweeping them when the predictions were that the Bullets were going to sweep the Warriors. So the Warriors have seen this before where people just don't expect them to win. Now they know that Steph Curry is a game changer. They know that Draymond Green is a game changer. When those guys are together, anything can happen, especially when you were talking about 1 or 2 games, just to get in the playoffs. Well, nobody in the top 4 spots in the Western Conference wants to play anybody in the bottom 4 right now, including, and in some cases, especially the Warriors. Steph goes off, they know they are doomed. Doesn't matter who they play. But hey, let's not leave it at that. There was another historic 8-1 victory in Warriors history. Let's take a look back on that.
Not just within scoring, but then also an open up. Hello. Timeout in Darren's house.
Uh-oh. Can you believe that? That was ridiculous. And holy cow. The Warrior fans, Dub Nation, we believe at the Coliseum. Roracle. That was amazing. There's more.
While we were in break 7 times, he turns Andre Kirilenko into a screensaver. There's the technical foul, and watch these reactions as the Warriors enjoy the moment. Steven Jackson there, and some of that a little over the top. The disbelief, and watch the face of Donald Foyle, the 10-year veteran.
So, if the Warriors end up in that 8th spot this year, and they're in the play-in game, playing the 7th team, let's say it's the Lakers, and LeBron is saving himself to come back for that particular game. This is what LeBron's going to be dreaming about before they play.
Cross court, it got it to Durant, back to Curry. the layup off the glass.
All in good fun. But seriously, it's got to be a nightmare for LeBron when he thinks about playing Steph, again, especially in a critical game, especially coming back after being injured and out for so long. That is really, I can't even imagine what's going through his mind. And to my favorite son-in-law, yes, your Lakers are in, but seems like a pretty scary proposition. All right, and I'm going to leave you Warrior fans again with some more inspiration. I can feel it. All right, Warrior fans. That was Roracle. This is Chase Center. I think they still got limited capacity tonight. But you guys have been doing a great job for their home games. Keep it up. But on Sunday, you got to bring it. You got to try and match that decibel level. You got to give the Warriors all the support you can. This is exciting. This is extremely exciting. I don't even know what else to say. I'm going to leave you now. We love our Warriors. The last two games of the season comes down to this in determining what their playoff spot is going to be in terms of the play-in round. Man, doesn't get better than this. Let's root on the young guys tonight, and let's root on the entire team on Sunday. This is Scott signing off for another edition of DUBS Playoff Watch. It has been fun doing this, without a doubt. Now it is time. This is the real deal. The nitty-gritty. Let's go do it. Warriors, Dub fans, I don't know what else to say. I'm going to leave you guys alone. I'm going to leave you one more inspiration, and I'm going to sign off that way. But remember, everybody, you guys take care, you stay healthy, and let's go Warriors.